You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So here we are again, right? And this is something that I've covered before. So this woman stated, this man said, my wife passed away and left me with two children, but I just found out through DNA that they are not my children. I'm 36 years old. Please advise me what y'all think he should do. Right. And this is why I also stated that mandatory tests need to be mandatory because women are the only ones that specifically know what man or men that they slept with, and they specifically know who the father is. And this also shows to a lot of men out there that even if a woman knows that you are not the father, she is not going to tell you. She will take that to her grave. And that is clear cut what this woman did, right? She was the wife and she stepped out on this man and allowed him to raise or to be a part of the lives of two children that have never been his ever in life.
Let's go crazy!
For the mother to leave the children with him, she must have trusted him. If he feels the children would be better cared for by her family or someone else, he should let her family have them before giving them to a complete stranger. In the case they don't know any of the mother's family, he should really consider keeping them where they are already familiar with a family life. They are just children. This woman said he should continue to be there for them and be the best father he can be. Another person said, gotta raise them. You're the dad even if you're not their father, and no child should have to suffer through the system. Another person stated, why did he do a DNA test after she died? How long has she been dead? What led to the DNA testing? Was he legally married at the time of birth of the children? All of these questions need to be answered prior to being in a position to give advice. Another person said, honestly, this goes to show how people view their children as extensions of themselves. Relationships aren't cut and dry, and he felt they weren't his kids to begin with. Why wait till she dies to test them? You guys can rationalize causing these babies trauma times 10 when they are innocent. I understand it's a difficult situation, but I have compassion for those children who could potentially lose both parents and end up in the system. Any person with a heart wouldn't allow that to happen, especially if they already have an emotional attachment to the children. I think he should still raise them. He's actively been their dad. I don't think law will allow him to do anything else anyway. Even if he gave them to the grandparents, pretty sure he would still have to pay child support. I would suggest sharing responsibility for them with the girl's family and their biological father. Still be there because they're just kids, but transition to having more time for yourself. He was married to her when they were born, so he is legally their father. If he has been a dad to them for years, why would he abandon them when they just lost their mother? Being a parent is more than DNA. The children should not suffer for the sins of the mother, nor should this man blame the children he has been raising for things which are outside of their control. Even if he were the biological father, they would not be his as if he owned them. He should show love to them. It would be nice of him to continue to raise them as his own and not give up on them. Their mom did something wrong, but it's not their fault, and they shouldn't suffer for what she did. Just my opinion. We need to do better as a society with helping and supporting our youth. After you get past your frustration and anger, come back to reality and understand that their mom passed, and all they have is you. Keep it moving, you won't regret it. Bruh gonna spend the rest of his life thinking about his kids. Blood or not, I understand the situation is screwed up, but if you got a connection with them kids, they're your kids. Your influence is on them. But just blood parents can be heartless. He has the right to do so. He's been a father to them the entire time, and they see him as a father and just lost their mother. Could you imagine the heartbreak of losing your mother because she died and your father because he doesn't want you? But what made him get a DNA test afterwards? I would have thought he would have wanted to hang on to his children closer. I want, for the love of all things holy, y'all to understand the basic family law before having children. If a child is conceived within the structure of a legal marriage, the father is the father regardless of biological connection. He won't be leaving those children. Raise them. Her mistake shouldn't be theirs. If you're all they know, give them that stability. Just my opinion. Be a blessing to those babies because they didn't ask to be here, didn't ask for their mama to cheat, and they are innocent. God will bless him for honoring those babies. This woman stated, all this tells me is that men do not form genuine attachment to others. It's all transactional or situational. Regardless of the trifling situation, he thought they were his kids until she passed. So the memories of seeing them born and growing up means nothing in the light of genetics. I'm speaking emotionally. Like, this man can't have ever loved those kids if he considers walking away. They're innocent. She later came back and stated, hashtag muted. I said what I said. Y'all only seem to have emotions for strangers on the internet when they say something you don't like. Now, this is what I want a lot of men to understand. When it deals with you being a man, women do not care. And I'm going to generalize this because we're dealing with a topic and people from all over the internet were able to come through and they could leave their opinion. And the ones that I specifically showed you guys that are directly up there, you saw fields of women directly coming to the rescue, talking about, oh, well, it's all about the kids. It's not about you. Whatever your feelings are, it don't matter if you feel betrayed. It don't matter if she's cheated on you. You need to still be a father and do what a man is supposed to do and take care of those kids, irregardless on if they are yours or not, because you are a father, you are a man, so deal with it. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you that irregardless of your feelings, irregardless of that betrayal, you are supposed to take care of that responsibility of which it is not yours. And this is the main thing that I've told a lot of people before. I've done a ton of videos like this on this platform, including talking about my own experience, where women will go out here and they will be with other guys. And they will know the guys that they are specifically sleeping with unprotected. And then once they realize that that guy is not the guy that they realistically wanted to have a child with or whatnot or whatever, that he's not going to be beneficial, they'll go slide him back to the other guy and they'll make him responsible. And you're not going to really have women out here checking women and trying to stop them from doing this type of behavior. This is trifling. This is 1,000% trifling behavior. And this is why I sit up there and tell a lot of people that women are the best liars on the planet. They are the best actors and actresses. This woman was married to this man for whatever duration of the time she was married. During that marriage, she stepped out and got pregnant by another guy or guys. And then she decided to allow her husband, who has been with her, been in the house, more than likely taking care of her when she was sick, whatever she was going through, visiting her at the hospital, all this other type of stuff. She lied to this man. Don't know how long those kids have been alive, don't know their age or anything like that. But it's the fact of the matter, no matter what point in time it was, where those kids' ages are, she lied and she took that to the grave on purpose. She was not going to reveal that at all, which means that if she took it to her grave, that means that she was automatically going to, if she was able to live, she was going to live with that secret for the rest of her life. She was not going to tell the truth to those kids or to that guy. And if at any point in time that truth was actually going to show its face, that she was going to full-fledged deny it, start waterworks and victim blaming and all this other type of stuff. because she did not want to take responsibility and ownership of the mess that she created. She wanted to make somebody else responsible. And now you have other people online, more so specifically women. You do got some simps out here that's siding with women. Like, yo, man, you gotta do the right thing. You gotta be the father. They know you and da 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 da. Knowing full well that they would not do the exact same thing. A lot of these people that's telling this guy to still be a father would not do the exact same thing, but yet they're telling him to do what it is that they wouldn't, which is crazy. And again, all of these people are overlooking what it is that this father is going through. And all of these people are talking about they care about the best interest of the child. What if the father is so distraught? What I'm sorry, not the father. What if the man is so distraught that he wants to, in a sense, do something irrational? That then means that those children that everybody wants him to take care of, now they're in the line of sight. Now he's going to sit up there and take out his revenge directly on them. Or maybe he might not even go that far. Maybe emotionally, he might end up treating them a certain type of way because of the resentment that he feels. But yet, none of these people are thinking about this. They're not thinking about what he's going through mentally, all the things that he is suffering through emotionally, how it is that he has to specifically go through this by himself. Those kids got family out there that can sit up there and raise them. There are more than likely other people out there that will adopt them that are beneficial to those children. At this moment in time, dealing with what this man has to deal with, he is not 100% in being able to deal with this situation. His wife cheated on him. His wife died, and the two children that he was sitting up there raising that he thought was his are not. That's a lot. And for people to really tell this dude and to tell men in general, you know, don't we don't care about your feelings. We don't care about your tears. We don't care about your crying. We don't care about what it is that you're going through and all this other type of stuff. Do your job as a man. And this is why I sit up there and tell men that, yo, being a man is a thankless job because realistically, nobody cares about you. They care about everybody else around you but you. And this further proves that point. Irregardless of whatever it is that a lot of women out here will roll up here and say, they do not care about you, your emotions, your feelings, what it is that you are going through, your heart, or anything like that. It's more so what it is that you can do for them, or what it is that, or how it is that you can benefit them. That's what all of these women are saying. All of these women that are condoning this, they're about that life the same as that wife because they see themselves within that wife, because they know that they would do something just like that. If they messed up, well, it's like, hey, I'm just going to suffer through it. And, somebody else is going to be suffering through it with me, but they're just not going to know the full amount of the suffrage and the details and yada, yada, yada. You literally heard, you were able to read along with me the comments of women siding with and condoning the nonsensical behavior, the illogical behavior of a woman who was quote unquote married. And again, these are the main things that a lot of women will sit up there and state, oh, I want to be married, I want the family, I want the perfect guy, the nice guy, and all this. And like I said, actions speak louder than words. That woman's actions spoke louder than any other thing. And like I said before, social media will teach you a lot of things. And what it's teaching me right now is that there are a lot of trifling women out here. And men need to start paying attention to these topics that are directly on social media. No matter if it's IG, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is. Pay very close attention to how it is that a lot of these women out here think. And again, I am going to generalize. I am going to generalize because you do not have enough women out here shutting down this type of nonsense. There's too many women out here okaying these types of things. You know how many times girls will go out here and they'll get pregnant by like multiple guys and then they'll pin it on a guy and then the girl's family won't do anything. They won't sit up and say like, yo, you're wrong, da da da, all this. No, they'll continue to support her. They'll continue to support those kids, knowing the fact that that woman is 1,000% wrong in what it is that she did. Do you think that the family is feeling sorry for the guy that got blamed and he had to raise it? No, the family don't care. They don't care. They're not going to do anything for that dude. They're not going to do nothing. Like I said, it's a thankless job, and that is massively unfair. Because at the end of the day, if a guy were to do wrong to a woman, you want that guy to full-fledged take responsibility, acceptance, and acknowledgement of what it is that he did and how it is that it's going to affect that woman's life and her emotional standing. But when it comes to a guy that's being affected in this way, nobody cares about his finances. Nobody cares about his emotional and his physical. Nobody cares about how it is that he's going to deem or see other women, or if he's going to potentially try to go out there and give marriage another shot. I promise you, more than likely, this dude is not going to try to get married again. And I'm 100% with him on that because he was done wrong, incredibly wrong. It wasn't even just the fact that she cheated. It was the fact that you cheated on top of the fact making this dude raise another man's kids that are not even his, and now he's obligated in a sense legally, technically, to those kids, even though they're not his by DNA. What? And then you got women out here that got the nerve, that got the gall to sit up there and say that men got it easy. List me a point in time in history where a man could sit up there and cheat multiple times on a woman that he's in a relationship with and come back to her and say like, "Oh yeah, all of these kids are yours and you got to raise them and you got to pay child support." I've never seen it done in history. I'll wait. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'll wait. Because again, the only people that can do this are women. The only people that can sit up there and set up a lie this great are women. The only people that can actually set up men in this type of way are women. So again, no matter how much a guy does in order to specifically check a woman to make sure to vet her to make sure that she's the right one and yada yada, because remember he felt that she was the right one. He proposed to her. They were married. And even with all of that, this is still what happened to him. And you got women at this moment in time wondering why it is that you have guys that aren't looking forward to marriage. Why it is that guys are not trying to propose, not trying to get married. Why it is that guys are not trying to have kids with women. This is the reason why. Because it's a 50% chance that those kids are yours, and it's a 50% chance that those kids are somebody else's.